They cemented the alien girl's legs into the ground, and only I freed her. The first thing I saw when we broke through the ridge was her eyes. Big, glassy, and glowing faintly like turquoise lanterns in the dying light. The rest of her, gray-blue skin, braided silver hair, slender frame, was covered in dust and cement. From the waist down, she was buried in a hardened pillar of gray sludge that clung to her like stone roots. She wasn't screaming anymore, just watching. And for some reason, that was worse. We'd come to the ruins of Outpost Vega, 13 looking for copper wire and water filters. The place was a ghost town, one of the last mining colonies before the Ziran conflict turned it into rubble. My crew of scavvers, Blinn, Rook, and me, had seen plenty of weird things. Burned-out plasma tanks, fossilized bodies still gripping rifles, and once, a field of metallic bones that rang when the wind hit them. But nothing like her. "Don't touch it," Blinn warned, raising his shock baton. "Could be bait. Or one of those mind-leech sirens." "She's breathing," I said. "Look at her chest, slow but steady." "That's how they get you," Rook muttered. "They look helpless, and when you lean in, bam, your brain's soup." I ignored them. Something in her eyes told me this wasn't a trap. She looked tired. Not hungry, not furious, just exhausted, like she'd been waiting a long time for someone to come. I dropped my pack and knelt beside her. The cement was alien, more like resin mixed with powdered stone. It pulsed faintly with heat when I touched it. Her skin twitched. She flinched, but didn't resist when I brushed the dust from her face. "Can you understand me?" I asked. A faint whisper escaped her cracked lips. The sound was melodic, soft, and definitely not human. I tapped my translator earpiece, hoping it still worked after last night's dust storm. "Help, please." The words came through broken but clear enough. Blinn groaned. "You're seriously going to help her? Humans can barely eat out here, and you want to save a Xeno statue." "She's alive," I said. "And whoever did this didn't mean well." We set up camp around her, mostly because I refused to leave. The others muttered, but went scavenging. I spent hours chipping at the cement, careful not to hurt her. Every so often she'd whisper something, short phrases, fragments of memory. Cold, long, stars gone. By nightfall, I'd freed her knees. The cement went deeper than I thought, fusing into the ground itself like roots binding her to the planet. "Who did this to you?" I asked quietly. Her glowing eyes opened again. "Priests of the Sky Mother," she rasped. Said, "I must pay." "For what?" "For saving human child." That made me pause. "A human child? Here." She nodded faintly. "The child was lost. The humans feared me. Said I cursed their crops. I only wanted to help." A lump rose in my throat. I'd heard stories about the early colonies, humans landing on new worlds and panicking when they saw anything that didn't fit their version of life. Some settlers thought alien species were demons. Others thought they were test subjects. Apparently, on this world, they'd gone further. They'd buried one alive. When Blinn and Rook came back, they were carrying food packs and trouble. "Raiders," Rook hissed. 2 clicks out. "Looks like scavvers from the North Ridge." I cursed under my breath. Those guys didn't negotiate. They killed and took what they wanted. "We'll have to move," Blinn said. "Now." I looked at the alien girl. Her breathing was shallow again. "She can't move," I said. "We leave her. She dies." "Then she dies," Rook snapped. "We're not dying for some freak you found stuck in cement." But I'd already made my choice. I slammed the butt of my plasma saw into the ground and ignited it. Blue sparks hissed where it touched the hardened resin. "Then go without me." They didn't. Maybe because they knew I was the one who fixed the rover, Or maybe because deep down, they weren't as cold as they acted. Together, we worked fast. The resin was thick, but brittle under high heat. The girl whimpered softly, the vibration traveling up through the cement. When the saw overheated, I switched to my knife, chiseling layer after layer. Rook kept watch, cursing under his breath every few minutes. Flynn prepped the rover. Finally, with a wet crack,